Hi there. My name is Todd McGuire, and I want to show you a quick demo of something I've been experimenting with that I think is really amazing in terms of what you can do now with AI and your data. Now, all of us are using chatbots every day. We're in Claude, we're in ChatGPT, and it's amazing what you can do with those tools. But one thing that they're generally not strong at is being connected right into my private backend systems and letting me use those same conversational approaches, but with my own data and letting me have those conversations with my data and just have a chat and figure things out in a very quick and dirty manner. Well, what I'm going to do today is show you an example of how you can do that now using a new technology called MCP servers. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. And all you really need to think about with that is it's a way to take your AI tool and very seamlessly and gracefully connect it into other systems and have a conversation with them in a way that really is mind-blowing in terms of what's possible now. So I'm going to show you a demo, and for this I'm going to use Strava, the fitness app. That's a great, safe, fun, playful data set. I don't mind sharing that in this video. But imagine as I'm walking through what I'm about to show you that this is looking at your Salesforce data, or maybe it's looking at your QuickBooks data, or some other back-end proprietary system that you have. You can put an MCP server in front of that system and get the same capability. So keep that in mind as we run through the demo. But let's jump in and see what we can do. So the way I'm going to show you this is I'm just using Claude for this. The MCP protocol came out of Anthropic, who makes Claude, and so they've got a really tight integration with it. And I'm going to turn on the voice dictation so I can just talk to the data, and I'm going to be talking to my Strava database. And there's a bunch of data in there, and it's amazing how quickly I can get through it. So let's turn this on, and you can just listen to me have a conversation with my data. Using my Tableau MCP server, how many workouts are in my Strava workout dataset? So now it's going out and it's communicating with the MCP server connected to my Tableau cloud environment. And this is where I've taken that data, and typically I would build, a Tableau dashboard. And actually I have a Tableau dashboard that looks at my Strava data. But that dashboard is fairly structured and it has different things in it, but maybe I'm thinking of a question that's not even in that dashboard right now, and I just want to go in and have a direct conversation with the data and skip the dashboard. Maybe the dashboard wasn't even built yet. So in this example, it's already come back. It's used these different skills, if you were, that the MCP server is exposing, and it figured out that, oh yeah, there's 630 total workouts. So let's have a little more fun and ask it some more questions. So how long of a time period have these workouts been collected over? So now it's going back and it's doing some things. If you're familiar with SQL, it's using the min function to figure out what's the minimum start date, what's the maximum start date. It's using that to figure out the date range, and it came back with the right answer, a 13-year period of data. So that's giving me great stuff. It's showing me my most recent workout was in there from yesterday. How many of these workouts have been bike workouts? So now it's going back through, it's digging a little bit deeper and taking my question, figuring out how to put that together in a query. And the cool thing that's happening here is I haven't had to build a custom integration and wire this up directly. This is all using the power of the large language model in my chat interface right here in Claude to figure out how to talk to that data source. And again, this can happen across any data source we want to connect it to. So it's showing me that I've got 265 rides in here. What is the average distance for my bike rides, and what was the longest bike ride that I've done? So now it's going to go through and try to answer a couple questions at once. And I can see here it's using the average function, figuring out on my distance field, and it's going to come back, hopefully, with the right answer. Yeah, there we go. About 16 miles on a typical ride. Longest ride was almost 93 miles. So this has gone out and let me just explore with the data, maybe play some hunches. This can be really useful if you're just beginning a project and you haven't built some of these assets yet. You haven't built the reporting, you haven't built the dashboards, but you just want to get to know the data, see if it makes sense to proceed. This is a great way to just kind of kick the tires. But also, sometimes that's all you need. You just want to get that one point answer. And literally, in a couple of minutes, I've been able to go through and just talk to the data without even typing on the keyboard and get exactly what I needed. This is a private connection to my own private data source. And it really brings the best of AI right into my data. And I think this is just going to open up a whole new world of possibility in terms of business use cases. I mean, think about it this way. When the iPhone came out as a smartphone in 2007, I think is when that product came out, it was amazing what it could do right out of the gate, a lot like ChatGPT. But then a year later, when the App Store came out, that's when it really exploded. And all of a sudden, instead of just having to deal with what Apple gave you in terms of apps with the iPhone when it came out, similar to what's in these currently trained models that you're working with from ChatGPT or using Claude. Now with the MCP server approach, it's like bringing an app store to all of your AI, so you can connect gracefully to just about any application, any data set. Companies are putting out MCP servers by the day. And even if there is a company that doesn't have an MCP server yet, but they just have a legacy API, you can actually use that to build your own MCP server to connect to it. So I think we're going to see MCP servers proliferating across all the different data sources and applications that you want to talk to. And then when we connect those up to your AI chat interfaces and even other ways to go where you can skip the chat interface, I'll talk about that in another session. But it really just unlocks a whole new level of capability and superpowers that you can just really let your mind run wild when you start imagining your data combined with this type of an approach. So if you want to talk more about this, I love getting into the details of this. I'm in Denver. I'm with a company called Data Methods. That's a data and analytics software company. Happy to show you how I did this and help you get started with it. Thank you.